Are you ready? Kia ora koutou, nau mai hara mai ki te kēmu whotoporo between Ngāti Porou East Coast and the still form Wanganui here at the Uawa Domain on a bit of an overcast Saturday afternoon as both teams prepare to go to battle in this Heartlands, Mitre 10 Heartland Championship game here. As I said, at the Uawa Domain with both teams lining up. We'll just quickly try and run through a good bit of the teams there in the front row for East Coast. We've got Peter Bishop, Winter Ricky, Per Emmanuel, the locking partners, Hundi Haere, also Captain Adam Ross. And the loosey forwards, we've got Ricky Kernhan, Jack Richardson, Buchanan Maxwell. And the half pairing up of Sam Parks and Ngārangi Haerewa, with the wingers being Fabian Kahaki and Pele Lotawa. Centre combination of Taina Portai and Verdon Bartlett, and finishing off the fullback at Jaden Milner. And starting as they're actually preparing to do the haka. Here's our chance to win the haka now, folks. See if the Wanganui got a haka, but no, so they'll be second in the haka today as East Coast look into their traditional haka challenge, put down challenge there for Wanganui here at the Uawa Domain. Very hot day here, even though it's overcast. The sun is peeking its head out there in a while. Oh, Poraurangi te tangata. Oh, yes. They'll come here, yes. Yeah, challenge the day. Ready to fight. Ooh, I'm not sure who that is. Oh, I'm not sure which one you're looking at, so just got a hit by ravaged by injuries. I think the East Coast had to pull in Lorne Goldsmith, the manager, togging up, but that's not unfamiliar for East Coast to tog up the managers, coaches, rubber downers. The masseuses even had a go in there. Bus drivers been on for the East Coast, so it's nothing unusual to pick from the sidelines there for the East Coast as they prepare to take on the top of the table, Wanganui. As number 10, Craig Clear, looks to kick off, heading towards the Tolaga Bay Township, towards Gizzy Town. As they're marching left to right where I'm standing there. Whiti Tumutumu, one of the top refs of the East Coast on the far side there, with Matty Richards on the near side to me anyway. And the referee there, Richard Kelly from Thanaki. As they kick off, Clear and Kosa received the ball there. Parks is it, looks to just, not sure what he's doing. A centre field kick there, he's sort of gifting it back to number 11 there, Cameron Crowley, playing his 50th game. 50 caps for Wanganui there, Cameron Crowley, as they charge in. Good clearance there. Out to strong one there from number 8, Bryn Hudson, to start off the proceedings. High tackle there called by the ref. Bit high, riding a bit high maybe. As Clear looks to kick to touch, as they'll go deep within the East Coast half now. Good, very good clearance there. That'll take them well inside the 20-metre mark there. Perfect attacking opportunity early on for Wanganui. Again, top of the table, I'd say they would have a settled team here and strong processes to go through. Anyway, trying to make myself sound clever and confusing myself right there. As Zach Hortomeda comes beside me to say hi. As Wanganui hooker throws in there, Roman to Toha and the captain as well. Good take there as they set up a driving maul. As Toha to Toha at the back there, holding it, controlling it well. Sort of a good drive now there. Wanganui have got good push forward there. As East Coast scramble around to oppose the drive there, then get it out to the first 5 out there. Clear, miss pass out to Dabanese, out to the winger there. Oh, sorry, got Crowley. Crowley is on the wing there, I think. And a half out to the first 5 of Wanganui there. Again, going centre field with number 8 there, Hudson. And drives a nice and solid drive there, set up well. Oh, it's messy in there. Became messy, but they've retained the ball, Wanganui. They've got a few numbers there. Inside ball to the 15. very simple play there. Tyler Rogers Holden looks like he scored there. Just all getting attracted to the ball carrier, sliding defence, and they all slid. No one thought to stay and watch the inside ball from to the 15 there. So fairly simple try there. Just a little bit of lack of composure early on at the moment. Allowed Wanganui really simplest of tries. Just a little early days. East Coast is a little bit flustered maybe, all a bit over keen. Instead of spreading, talking, keeping the communication up, allowed the 15 on again, the inside ball. Relatively simple stuff there from Wanganui as Claire looks to convert the try, and that'll give them 7, so we should have taken a shot at the scoreboard while it's still at 0-0. See what happens now. 7-0 if he gets this over as he lines up. So over the dot. Great servant of the Union. Great servant. Clear. There's got a bit of a banana bender there. It goes over the black dot. And there's so it must be 5 minutes gone, 7-0. As East Coast sort of trudge back to the halfway. As we got Hairewa. Marangi Hairewa looking for, he's just signalling his plans there. Look like a number 1 there. So I'd say they'll be looking to contest this East Coast as they split their forwards. The forwards have been split there, so interesting setup here. We'll see what they can do with this. I'd say they're still going to go left probably. Not too. Ricky Kernan up there, and we got Epele Lotawa went through there. Looked like a knock on there. The referee's called yes. He lost forward there. Wasn't able to control that. So it's going to be a scrum down about 5. Just outside the 22, inside the Wanganui half. So good chase, good kick chase, just couldn't quite hold on to it. Epele Lotawa. This looks like we have a few changes there. I can see Daniel Newbley is already on the field, starting on the prop side. So somebody's dropped off. Must be Perrin Manuel, I'm thinking. Could be a few front rowers down. Maybe they'll ask me at half-time if I need to come on. There's they packed down Wanganui scrum. No, nothing there, nothing silly, boys. It's just a settling phase there, going through, just a bit of hustle and bustle. Got to get shoulder, bit of contact in there. Let's see who's the strongest in the scrums. Bit of niggliness before they settle. It's got some good popos over there, Wanganui, and their front row of Wiramu Cottrell, Roman Tutoha, and Vicky Tofa. There's round off the Wanganui scrum there. Nice solid scrum from both teams, not really going anywhere. As you can see, the winger, second 5 came crashing in there, Kuruyubaki. So he did a nice crash ball there, take some heat off the forwards as they spread it wide again now. Hudson, is it? Holden. Out now, we got to... Wanganui still got the ball though, so they've secured it. No opposition there really. Spreading, fanning defence there as a... Tofa is up there next to a couple of good yards there, the big boy, as they've got numbers everywhere, Wanganui. Hudson, here's Hudson again. Oh, he looked like he lost that ball there. And Touchy's called that. No, he didn't call that. As we go, Tofa again. Tofa, nice charge there again, getting involved early, Tofa. As can't quite see who that is, but another Wanganui man's making it quite good yards there. 7, that was 7 Middleton. He's charging up, not stopping the leg drive there as the halfback does a little dab for the forwards as well. Good drive through there from the East Coast. Good pressure there from Daniel Newbley. Ricky Kernahan, a bit of aggressive in the tackle there. Good stuff there. Mr. Kernahan, I'll let him know that you're there. As Tofa again, about a third run in 3 minutes there, Tofa, and 3 yards. 3 yards, 3 minutes, 3 runs. So Wanganui sort of staying with inside the 10 metre there, not making too much advantage here. So good defence really from the East Coast. As I say that, they decide they're going to make a bit more yards. And so as Hudson charges it up again into the lock forwards, combining well the forwards there. And popped it up inside. Well, Tofa again, 4 runs, 4 minutes, 4 yards now. Too much Tofa. As they out now. Good hands here from second 5. Is very jinky Kuruyubaki. It looks like a dangerous player there. We're going to have to nullify his threat early look to Richardson sort of gets up there, makes a tackle with Newbley. A little bit of a lifting there, not too bad for the ref to say anything there. As they look, halfback looks to clear for Wanganui. Inside Tofa again, Tofa. He should be Torima. Hey, that was 5 runs. 5 runs. So mean from Tofa there. Getting heavily involved, a big unit. He's a big unit there, Tofa. I'm sure he's going to be tired very shortly carrying a big keg around like that. We'll see if he can carry on with that in the second half, but he's doing excellent so far, making some good yards, and they look like they're going to go for touch, yes. Clegg kicking for the touch. He'll put them again deep inside the East Coast half. He gets it just inside the 22. Again, another beautiful attacking opportunity for them. I'm going to pick that they're going to go for back ball, drive. I think I sense that this one, they've got a short line out, have they? 2, 4, 6, yeah, short line out here. Going to have some runners. Got the big boys out there. Got Hudson out there looking strong already. Hudson with the 7 Middleton, so they look ready for some crash balls straight off the halfback. I'd say be like a OT off the top down to the halfback, hitting Hudson. I'd say there. He looks like he's ready. A Cottrell on the inside of him. Looks like a standard sort of short play, and I'd say they're bringing old Kuru Yubaki. Oh no, lost ball. So good work from the coast there. As very good work there. They lost it from the line out there, Wanganui. As Haerewa charges up now. Full frontal attack there from Haerewa. Putting his chest in front. And Parks tap and go. Tap and gap. Parks. Nice pace from Sam Parks. Realises he's got nobody there. Throws a miracle ball to nobody. As Kuru Yubaki. Oh, and drop ball there from, is that Tom Symes? Tom, no, it's the centre, sorry. Debonese. That's an interesting name there. Debonese. Kavini. Debonese. Nice. Debonese. Or don't be nice. And so, unfortunate there for his case. Made a big break there. Sam Parks ran about 40 metres at least. And no real support there. Couldn't quite get a pass, decent pass out to supporting players out on the left wing there. As I can see, Per Emmanuel, Peter Bishop must be out. Sorry, I can see Per Emmanuel over there in the front row. So Peter Bishop maybe a late scratch, or maybe they're giving him a break on the bench first. There's East Coast scrum here. Sam Parks to feed. Got Fabian Kahaki on the right wing here as well, closest to us, as they send it out to Haerewa. Missed ball out to Bartlett, and he looks jinxed inside, beats one defender, sort of no one, not really held there, but can't go anywhere, as they back aside to Ross, is it, and Haerewa, Hune Highway, the captain, sort of stopped straight in as soon as he got the ball pretty much. Now the Ngarangi Haerewa looks to go himself, show and go, as they look in secure the ball now. East Coast got Winter Ricky at the back there. Per Emmanuel. Oh, I thought they were going to go run. Haerewa. Nice ball. Ricky Kernahan. Beautiful ball. Ball to Kernahan. This is going to be a try. Bartlett. Oh, that would have been a sensational try. Would have been sensational, but it was not sensational. It was an unspectacular finish there. It was a terrific break there from the forwards there. Haerewa, interchange between Haerewa and Kernahan. It was a great interchange of hands there, backwards, forwards. They made a good at least 50 metres between them. Well, the last metre, so what happens when you give it to the backs when the forwards are pumping. You shouldn't. They had not much options. They threw it inside. It was a little bit of an ugly pass to Parks. He couldn't quite hold on to it. All he had to do is catch that, and try time against Wanganui. That would have been a great try. But it's... But there it is. That's the way it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles. All right. There's Wanganui now right on their try line. Scrum. They're looking to his first 5, and they're going to Kuru Yubaki. They're looking to run it out here. They're full of confidence there, Wanganui. As the centre Debonese. I'm not sure how to say your name, brother, but sounds pretty good. As the forwards rumble it up now. They're still inside their 22. Not really looking like now he's looking to kick downfield. That's a bit better. Clear. He clears the kick. Old Clear. Does he like egg clears? Old Clear. And there is there's 5 metres inside the East Coast half as Parks throws a gridiron ball in. Park's desperate. He's desperate. He's a desperate man. Not a very, he wouldn't get picked up by any gridiron teams anyway, that's for sure. His quarterback skills were terrible there. That was a pitiful throw for a quarterback. If you better stick to passing his halfback there, Parksy, as Winter Ricky throws in. Kernahan secures a nice ball off the line out. Got runners everywhere. Ross, number 8, is that Ross? Oh, Buchanan Maxwell, good run, and there comes Ross behind him. He's got a bit of a mullet there, Ross. Forward to Perrin Manuel takes the hit as they stumble over and secure the ball. We've got runners now. Winter Ricky makes a couple of yards. Gets into it, stuck into their play now. Forwards, Perrin Manuel goes around the back. Ngarangi Hairewa gets taken there. It's a very loose ball. Parks chips it over the back. As Fabian Kaha gets, so not a bad kick there. Referee's given a penalty offside there. Wanganui being offside. So unfortunate there, but it's good play there from the East Coast. Good charges from the forwards there, trying to set up their backs, give them a little bit of momentum, get the big fellas involved. That's how you do's it. As Sam Parks looks on the far left-hand side, they're going to probably try and kick down for touch, kick down to the corner post. See if they can set something up. They've got a good line out of Ricky Kernahan. A great jumper there. Good lifters, the last one. Far and away, one of the best locks in the East Coast competition, at least, Ricky Kernahan. Just want a big shout out to our live stream sponsors, Ngāti Pro Seafoods. And that there's, don't forget about the Ngāti Pro East Coast, beautiful outfits, skiers, uniforms, hoodies, apparel, merchandise available on npec.co.nz. As Perrin Manuel at the back there gives it to Ross. So doing well again, the front rows combining, back rows, get the forwards involved. That's the way. Haidewa charges up, making incremental gains through the forwards, and that's what you got to do, muscle up. As Richardson supports his man there. Ball's out again, going back sort of backwards on pistons there. Epele Lotawa throws his wiry frame into the mix there. As Maxwell lines up again at number 8, dummies to his support runner. Again, not going too far really, making Ricky Kernahan looks to surge down the side. As the halfback doesn't look like he let go of the ball there, the hooker. And yes, penalty here. Offside, I suggest maybe. Referees hasn't quite singled what the referee. Yeah, it looks like an offside play there, so they've been awarded a penalty. So good little pistons there, but a push and shove there from the coast, putting some bodies on the line, throwing those big frames into the contact collision area, soften them all up. Some of those pukus look pretty soft though. So as we go right inside the 22 now, good chance here for the East Coast to do something as they look ready to back jump here. Oh, Haidewa takes it in the middle there. So they, nice drive there. There's a good secure of the ball there, but it's gone to ground, so they're unable to keep the drive on as they'll look to probably feed this, I'd say, out to the backs. And Ngarangi didn't really have too many options there. Everybody closed the gap up quickly. It's back to the forwards again. As Perrin Manuel takes the ball at first receiver, charges in, throws his frame in there again, and we've got Pele Lotawa thrusting his Fijian frame into the mix, and they're making, and they've lost the ball in fact, and it does a bit of a jinking. A lot of confidence from the Wanganui players. They're right inside their 22. They don't want to look like they can kick it unless nobody can kick it except for Clear, and here's old Clear. Oh, Clear. Mate, lucky your name isn't Clear. Your first name isn't Clear. Clear. Can be Clear. But it's a good kick. Good clearance from Clear. And they are just on the 10-metre line, still inside the Wanganui half as Winter Ricky looks to set up their line-up again. As good line-outs anyway from the East Coast so far. One, I think it must be 100% ball so far. Got runners everywhere as Lotawa. Oh, nice inside there. Lotawa is not tackled, so he goes again, gets up and goes again. Good support there. Little chip and chase over the back. Oh, badly executed. That was the right move there. I thought it was definitely on for a kick, but just didn't execute that one very well. And it's turned the ball over to Wanganui now as here comes Cameron. Cameron, 50 caps. So, but unlucky there. It was the right option there. The chip was on, definitely on. Just the execution wasn't very good from Parks there. Like I said, desperate man, desperate times call for desperate measures. Parks is throwing everything at him. He's throwing everything. He's got 100% old Parksy. As you see, Per and Manuel in the front row is going down. I don't think they need that. They've got injuries everywhere on the East Coast. As Jino Pody, must be the water girl, she comes on to spread some of her love and give some magic water to Perrin. It gives them a little bit of a break in play as everybody downs the water. Wanganui are pretty happy with a little bit of a stoppage to get a recatch their breath as well. As again, here we are, East Coast. What's our score? 7-0. So pretty good start to the game. It was looking ominous at the start there with Wanganui scoring in the first couple of minutes and then looking to almost set to score again within the 10 minutes. But East Coast have really come back and we've spent the last 5 minutes or so inside the Wanganui half. So good work from East Coast. They're just got to keep this up for 80. And look at some of those engines. I'm not sure they're 80-minute engines over there. But they've got some willing participants on the sideline there ready to impact this game when they're called upon. As a scrum is going to sit down inside the 20 on the 22, pretty much just outside the 22 for the East Coast. Again, very good attacking position. Total left-hand side is open to do some show some of your flash runs, some flash moves. A good shunt from Wanganui, pushing East Coast back there. Haidewa holds the ball along there. Bartlett, ooh, left it behind there. Who was that? The fullback there, Jaden Milner. But they've still got secured it. So it's got Haidewa out to the wing. Oh, Epele Lotawa. You need some glue on those hands, brother. I think you need a bit more tape on the other hand. He's dropped it twice in that sort of same position there. Doesn't like reaching too much, old Lotawa. It seems a fairly reasonable ball he could have caught there, and he could have been away too. It's quite a tall looking unit from this side anyway, old Lotawa. He looks like he's got some gas. Just needs some something a bit more sticky on his fingers to make that ball go into the hands and stay. So again, another attacking opportunity gone there, lost there from the East Coast. Wanganui now, 10-metre line in their own half. It looks like a free kick here. Hudson taps and goes. As are they back 10? Richardson makes the tackle there. The number 7 Middleton goes and supports his play as well. As inside ball, good inside ball from the centre there, Kuriyabaki. As number 14, Tom Symes, does he go all the way? No, Apelli came right across from his wing to take out the Tom Symes. So good work from Apelli in the tackle over there. Tom Symes looked like he was going to cruise in for a try almost there. So good work there from Kuriyobaki, who had the vision to see the inside ball was on. And Tom Symes hit that at pace and ate up about 40 metres, taking them just within about 5 metres on the East Coast line. The East Coast have the ball now. So good work from Apelli to stop that. Haidewa, very good line-outs from East Coast. As Taina Portai does well to step the first guy. Parks clears it. So they managed to get themselves a little bit of breathing space here, East Coast. So they're just outside their 22 now. So they're going to have to really dig deep, going to have to close up, shore up their defences there. They really need to talk to each other, communicate a bit better on defence, East Coast. So these backs are going to run right if they don't settle them down. And another loss. We're dominant in the lineouts, I must say that. East Coast are winning the lineouts by a long miles. Buchanan Maxwell jinks his way up the middle of the field. Parks clears it out to Haidewa, who chips it over the top, and then it's going to go out on the halfway. So not a bad little chip. Again, just relieving a little bit of pressure and stress there. So clawing their way back into the Wanganui half. So good work again from East Coast to get back into the half, but they really got to shore up their defence. Wanganui cutting them apart with ease in some of the centre positions, just easy inside balls. So they need to watch that. That's twice or 3 times an inside ball has opened up a gap for the Wanganui. But good play from Wanganui. They got plenty of vision. They've obviously been playing for a while. They're not at the top of the table for nothing. the steel form Wanganui as they throw it again. Hookers looked a little bit straight from this side, but anyway, as they play on, Kuriyabaki is it? No, and lost ball again as Kahaki out to Jaden Milner. He's got 3 men on him. He's got no support. I know he's got 2 supporters now. Richardson there. He's playing pretty good, the old Richardson there. Nice wiry halfback again as the rushing defense trying to close the line speed there. Forwards out there. Look at all the forwards. See? Hold on to it, Heidewa, looks as Sid. What a great try from the East Coast. Beautiful try there. Show and go from Heidewa on the left-hand wing. See what happens when you miss out the backs and just give it to the forwards. Let the forwards do all the work. Backs, you guys just look pretty. Hey, let all the forwards do. There was a great try there. Some great passing all between forwards. Told the backs, get out of the way, you backs. Stop wandering around and brushing your hair in the back line. Let us forwards get in there and do some muscle and grunt work. And there was a great try there from Heidewa. Showed the ball like he was going to pass inside and then just tiptoed down the sideline like a ballerina. Like a 120 kg ballerina. So great try there from Heidewa. He's smiling ear to ear. That try will be 100 metres by the end of the night. But that was a very good try. Ross fed him the ball, so Ross, that was a good pass from Ross. Skipped past the backs, like I said. Missed our 2 players to hit Heidewa on the wing inside. Fake dummy pass, and he ran 20 metres at least for the try. Good turn of pace. Saw the white line fever in his eyes. He knew the try was coming. As who's our kicker over there? As Ngaringi Heidewa looked. One of the whanongas, the old Cuzzy bro, ready to maybe looking to convert it. So very good try. That makes it 7-5. Did they only get one? They only got one knee. 7. If they get this over 7, it'll be 7 all. Ooh, looks like a pretty good, decent kick. Oh, very good kick. 7 all with the Wanganui, with the top of the table leaders, Wanganui. It was shell shock. Hopefully they fed them up on pork bones or puha last night. That's why they're maybe a bit slow. Wanganui. We're doing the overfeeding them. That was the plan. The only way we could beat them is through their puku. So last night I know sure they had a big hakari and they had a smackdown on the kai. And it's paying dividends right now. 7 each. As Clear, as Ross looks at Clear, he wants to take it. Oh, Wanganui, and he gathers it now. Good work by Ross. He's made about 5 metres from that little run there. As Parks clears it out to Ngarangi Heidewa. He's jinking now. He's lost his headgear though. He sort of fell over by himself there. Parks looks again. Oh, it looks like a forward pass right there. Great pass, Parks, straight to the number 8 Hudson. Halfback. Oh, nice runner there. Good running burst run there from number 6 Tremaine Gilbert. That was a great little strong run there as the front row gets involved now for Wanganui. Captain Tutoha is out to Kuriyabaki. He gives it inside to the open side. Middleton, he's having a good game. Middleton, he seems to be everywhere, that guy. As they clear it up now, who's this? Cameron Crowley is in there playing halfback. So he's got a few runners there. And Tofa, here comes Tofa. And he loses it there. He's probably a bit tired from all his runs early on. He's got to spread those runs out. That's what happens when you try to do all the runs in 1 minute. Oh, Crowley. Oh, miracle ball. He managed to get a good ball out there. Who knows how he got that out as he was going down. So very good ball from Cameron Crowley. 50 games for Cameron Crowley. Passes the inside ball. That was a try. Was that Rogers Holden? I think it was another try to the fullback. Another miracle ball. Set him up well. And he went over in the tackle. Rogers Hudson. Cameron Crowley playing his 50th game, or is he 50? Just looking at the haircut. He's got a bit of a receding hairline there from the back to the front. 50 games, top man there, Cameron Crowley. So he'll be happy to set up a try there to take that out to, well, this looks a fairly simple kick there, should take them out to 14-7. So straight away, come back straight away, Wanganui. That was the answer. Great answer to the try from East Coast, so 14-7. So it's just the defense a little bit letting down the East Coast. Can't fault them on the will to attack and to drive and muscle up. It's just the defense that's letting them down at the moment. Just sapping all their energy of charging up. And when you grind away meters like they have been, it takes a lot of energy when you have to get back in defence, especially with the couple of Fijian flyers in the centres over here for Wanganui. They don't look like they lack any pace. We need to get our Fijian onto their Fijian, talk some Fijian and tell them, bro, cover after if you let me have a try. Hey, come on. As we go, again, kick off, East Coast, 14-7. As Haere, well, it looks like got a split kick off here again, forwards on both sides. As Lorne Goldsmith looks ready to get on the field. Wanganui have the ball clears it out to Hudson, and he gives a bunt. He gives a bit of a bunt off Taina Portai. He'll be a bit upset with that one. It wasn't a very hard bunt, but he got the bunt. As Tofa again. Tofa. Cameron Crowley, he brushes off Noobly, back inside to Hudson. Oh no, Rogers Holden. Oh, back inside, nice passing there from Wanganui. They just got numbers everywhere, Wanganui. As the East Coast trying to scramble to get back. It's been tied up in the maul there, in the ruck. Penalties coming this way. Yeah, off the feet there. So, massive attack there from Wanganui. They just had numbers everywhere coming from all over the park to support each other. But Vernon Bartlett, and I think Vernon Bartlett probably took that penalty. He had no other choice. He really had to try and mess that up for them so they didn't run away for a try. But they're going to try and get their try anyway from 5 metres out. It's giving the big popos. Look, they're all breathing hard there. Torfar breathing hard especially. He's playing good though, old Torfar. Hope it's Tofa. Is it Tofa or Tofa? It won't be Tofa. Is the hooker and captain, Roman Tutoha. Looks to feed it, going for the back of the line out there. They're looking for the drive. And the East Coast sort of hold them up for a minute there anyway. They got the ball at the back. Tutoha. He's at the back there. They're rumbling. There's good drive there from Wanganui. And that's a try. Who's going to claim that try? Who's going to get up with the ball? I think it's Torfar as he does his little pirouette. He put his hands up for a pirouette. He's got a bit of a hand signal there, Torfar. Must have a bit of a groupies on the sideline somewhere. He was giving them his pirouette pose. Another 140 kilo looking ballerina out there, Torfar. But there was good work from Wanganui. You could see that coming from a mile away. Again, East Coast really going to have to do something at their line. And they know, they pretty much should know by now that they're going to go and drive that. They've driven pretty much any lineouts that they've had from inside the 22. And probably the same jumper too. And then number 4, Sam Madams. He's done pretty good on the lineouts for them. I think the throws were a bit wayward for the couple that they've lost. East Coast are still, by my calculations, leading the lineout count there. They've won 2 or 3 off the Wanganui throws and got all 100% of their own. As Claire looks to convert, and they'll take that out to a quick 21-7 lead in the space of 5 minutes. Fabian Kahaki looks to charge straight down the middle there. Clear, Craig Clear. 21-7. 21, am I right? 21. Wait for the kids to put the numbers up. So that'll take a bit of the wind out of East Coast sails. They would have felt like they were doing well, and they were doing well. But 2 tries in quick succession like that can easily deflate you after putting a massive amount of energy. I don't know why they're going with the split play. I think they should just stick back to putting your forwards on one side and hammer time. Good take there from Wanganui for the line out, for the kickoff. As they secure, it's nice and secured there. There's a little bit scrappy in there, but they've got it under control as they're out to clear. Hudson again making some good yards. Old Hudson, he's been involved heavily in the first half so far. Driving force there as Kuriyobaki out to what's his name again, Rogers Holden. So some good combinations out there for the Wanganui centres and backline there. As Torfar again, Torfar, you're too much, Torfar. Torfar charges and making small meters, but those are important meters. There's a big kick downfield, and that's a good kick. Is it going to go out? Pele needs to get a shuffle on there, Pele. And it's out to Parks. He returns the kick there. Nice big kick. As who's this? Tom Symes, is it? I know it's Claire. He runs Claire. He just cuts through the middle of the forwards there, setting up for his team again as the halfback makes a jinking run there, Josh Fafita. And again, Hooker and captain out the back there. I know out to who's the southern runner, Lanky Lock out there, looking to inject himself into the game. So very good from Wanganui. Tom Symes down the sideline, steps out of a tackle, brushes past one, steps out of a Hone Haidea tackle. I can see him still lying there. He'll be a bit disappointed with that. Couldn't quite get a good hold of him and just stepped out of his tackle to pretty much go nearly untouched. I guess he got touched a couple of times but brushed them off and scored in the corner. Peli Lotawa tried to chase him right at the end, but it was a bit too little too late. As Hone Haidea, I see him marshalling his troops, getting them back into the middle. Come on boys, we can do this. It's only 28-7. But if they can get back to what they were doing for a good 10-minute, 15-minute period, they'll be all right. They look good, but it's, like I said, Wanganui, since East Coast scored their try, Wanganui have decided, nah, let's stuff this, we're going to bash these guys. Hey, they can get a bit, take it for granted, I think. I guess they thought they had already won the game and give them the fight they needed when the East Coast scored a really nice try and put the acid on them in the forwards over there. But they really showed their whiff. They really showed why they're at the top of the table at the moment. So playing with some fluidity, Wanganui, the confidence of each other, outside them, inside them. They know everybody's going to be there to support them. Same with the East Coast, but probably just a little bit slower. 26-14, 26-14, 26-7. Did he get that over? Beautiful kick there from Claire. 28-7. So massive 10 minutes there for Wanganui. Just using their whole team too. Everybody getting involved. Everybody knows their roles and responsibilities. And so they've done really well there. Coast, yeah, that's right. Coast just need to get their hands on the ball. Hold on to it. Don't kick it away, boys. Keep a hold of it. Treat it like it's gold. So here they go. They've listened to me. See, they've listened to me. Put all the forwards on one side now. As they kick deep inside, they're going for a deep kick now. As giving the Hudson here again. Number 8's doing very well. He's got a good runner. This Hudson doesn't look like the biggest of men, but he's quite mobile. Puts his Mutty into it. Breaks through the tackle there. Was that Debenisi? Debenisi. As Hudson, a good hit there from Ross as he bumps him off there, but still got the ball for Wanganui. As number 6 there going, Gilbert made a couple of yards there, strong in the tackle. Penalty now for East Coast. Tap and go, East Coast. As they look, someone wants to have a tussle. Everybody, they would have a fight. Yeah, march them back 10, march them back 10. Get back 10, another 10. 10 more as he runs back going, what happened, ref? So that, they're going to go for a shot at goal. Interesting decision at 28-7. Going to try and stay within reach, I guess. 10. They just want to hit double figures, maybe. Give some more confidence, boosting confidence. Take the rest, probably a good option. Give them a bit of breathing space. Get a couple of points on the board. Make them feel better. Pat themselves on the back. Go at it again. So right out in front, pretty much on the 10-metre line. Haidea is going to look to convert this, make it 28-10. That'll still put them 3 tries out from catching up, but can be done. It's been done before in the Meads Cup final. I'm sure East Coast took it to Wanganui and came back from behind to win that game. That was a pretty sensational game too, up in Whakarua Park in Ruatoria. So I'm pretty sure Wanganui will be remember that sort of loss. That was a big loss for them, so they won't want that to happen again. could be the upset of the century if East Coast can peel back to 28 points. Good kick, and it's over. Haideva makes that 10-28. As the boys sort of jog back, get back to the mark. That's all you want. Keep the scoreboard ticking over. Give everybody the good vibes. As Wanganui flood the left-hand side here towards close to us. They'll look like to kick this way. Whereas we don't really know, look like we know we've got a split again. East Coast liking the split. Not sure I'm liking the split of forwards over here. They look very lacking numbers here. But we'll see what happens here. See if, oh, not 10, that's not 10. Oh, it was 10. Newbley does well there, regathers the ball. Well done from Daniel Newbley. The Wanganui man lost that forward though, Cameron Crowley. Haideva out to Ricky. He takes 2 or 3 tackles as they upend him and he ends up on his neck there. Lucky he's got no neck, so it's okay. As Bartlett, looks like a little bit of a shepherd there as Kahaki comes back inside. Nobody there to support him really. Oh, good drive there from the Lucy there. Was that Hudson again? No, that's Middleton. It came crashing through as a centre crash there from East Coast. Haven't made too much meters, just going across the field, going sideways at the moment. A little chip over the top for Jaden Milner. Beautiful chip and chases. Jaden Milner, is he going to have the pace? Crowley turns to go and recover. On him. Nah, tackle him. Don't let it roll away. So they didn't know what to do there. Crowley, good cover there from Crowley. The ball sort of bounced out of his way as they look to run it outside the 22. Epile Lotawa goes over to his wing. That's out on the full. So, ooh. So good work there from East Coast there. The 2 good kicks. Just a touch big, probably, Jaden Milner. Possibly could have looked for the pass as well, Jaden Milner, but still good option taking. Just weren't able to finish it off and peel back old Cameron Crowley. Crowley was able to get back in his 50th game, playing pretty good for his 50th game there, Crowley, getting himself involved as Winter Ricky. Nice line out here from the coast, 100% coast on the as Taina Portai charges up the middle and sets it up for his forwards again as they go back. Perrin Manuel now looks to have a jink and a sideways walk there. Sets it up out to nobody. Vernon Bartlett cleans it up. Got Jaden Milner outside him. He sort of shrugs off the first tackler and into the fray. Parks out again. Ricky again looks to charge it up the middle, take a few numbers with him. The Middleton over the ball quickly. Middleton did well there. He was straight on that ball as kick through. Kahaki should be able to clean this one up easily as he got anybody with him. Milner, he doesn't know what he's doing. Fabian, Kahaki, Pele, Lotawa, let's see your pace now. Pele. He did pretty well. I'm not sure what happened there. He let go of the ball, I thought. He let go, but hard done by there. It's half time. Pele Lotawa, hard done by there. I thought the ref called a knock on. But looked like he released that intentionally and then got back up. But we'll see what the referee's saying. No, you didn't, Pele. That was a knock on. And we all go, pat on the back, ref. Pat on the back. It's all good. Got to keep the ref on your side. That's the trick. So here we are, half time, 28-10 at the Uawa Domain. Ngāti Pro East Coast brought to you live stream. Thanks to our sponsors, Ngāti Pro Seafoods, with all your apparel needs, East Coast apparel needs at npec.co.nz. We'll see you after the half, 28-10, Wanganui versus East Coast.
Tau manaki mai e haere nei Te nara koe te tuhi mai I oku upohiri Ki ngā kokoru o te iranui Ahapora te tapiti Me te tira mokeno Ka e ke tonu mai ki tō marae Taua whiwhitia mai e te pihopa Nā roke kore minita o kororangi e Kia rongo ake au I te pere o meri Ka e ngā wawata e tangi nei E tau aroha no e haere nei Taua whiwhitia mai e te pihopa Nā rohe kore minita o kororangi e Kia rongo ake au I te pere o meri Ka ea ngā wawata e tangi nei E tau aroha no e haere nei I hakiri koreo ki waiapu Ka whakaeke te tairawhiti ki te whakanui I tōru I tōku Karana mai ki ngā iwi Tangi mai rā, mihi mai rā Manake mai rā, te kai haua uru Kia ora te pihopa O Waikato Ngā pariha a whina mai Me ngā iwi pumau kei muri Te tangi atu hoki Ki ngā rohe Kua eke ki Waikato e Ki te hapai kia nui Te mori tanga e Tēnei anō Te whai a tēnei Te whakapapa I piri ai Te kingitanga O Waikato e Ki te tairawhiti O kororangi nana Auero Ko tokerau ka putako Iwi puputana puri e Nana ko kahunu Ko kahukura nui Ko raka e kuroa Ko tāraia Ko tuatako Mahina rangi Tēnei anō Te whai a Te whakapapa I piri ai Te kingitanga O Waikato e Ki te Kutako, iwi puputana, urie. Nana ko kahunu, ko kahukura nui. Koraka e kuroa, ko tupu.
Kia ora no, welcome back to the second half of this Heartlands Championship game between Ngāti Porou East Coast and Wanganui. Your score is 28-10 at the moment, with East Coast ready and waiting for Wanganui to emerge from the, I was going to say cocoon, from their chrysalis inside the sheds there. They must be putting on some extra face makeup inside the sheds, taking a bit longer than normal. Adjusting the eyeliner as they come charging out, doing a solid job there, Wanganui. And East Coast doing pretty good to hold them at 28-10 at the moment. So good effort from East Coast, good effort from the cooks last night who fed the Wanganui team. As we have again 28-10, second half, East Coast heading towards G-Town, Wanganui heading up the coast. They should have probably sent them to the coast this morning for an extra ride, told them the field where the game was on up in Ruatori to send them around. They make them tired, hit some of our bumpy roads. At least they couldn't go for a run on the beach with all the driftwood and slash over there. But here we go, kick-off, 28-10. Ooh, not a very good start there. It's going to be short as Newbley could have let that bounce, and possibly a Wanganui man probably would have leapt on it and ran for a try. As Matt Richards limbers up on the sidelines, he's looking in peak physical condition, Matt Richards. Ex-Hiku man now turned referee, official. Climbing the ladder of officialdom in the refereeing stakes here. I think he must be number 2 in the stakes on the ladder, eh, Matty? As Wanganui halfway scrum. Not a very good kick-off there from East Coast. Don't want to settle things quickly, they. Solid scrum in the first half. Wanganui just maybe had just a little bit of an edge over the East Coast in the end. Solid scrum again, though. Nice even. Oh, there's a number 8 leaves it behind. Hudson left it behind. And it's going to be a loss forward. Oh, hard luck there. He's saying I didn't knock it on, but it was a little bit reminiscent of the one just before half-time. So had to give that a little bit of a knock on. I don't think he did knock that on, but that's just the way it goes. And East Coast are awarded the scrum. Inched themselves half a metre on inside the Wanganui half now. Hudson just left that ball behind. As Sammy Parks looks to feed the scrum. As scrum there. Good scrum from Wanganui that time as Parks is pressured to throw it out to nobody. Bartlett runs back to clean it all up. 2 men straight on top of Bartlett. Good numbers there from Wanganui. All scrambling defence. They're going backwards at a rate of knots there, East Coast, and Wanganui have gotten a penalty, so they really put the acid on there. Wanganui, really a good line speed there and pressure on the East Coast made them fumble and give away a penalty. So I'd say they'll be going for touch here, looking for a line out. Try and get old Tofa back into the game. There's a good kick down there. Fiti Tumu on the sideline over there. Currently ranked number 1 referee on the East Coast. Taking the sideline job over there. There's the full line out there. They're probably going to go for number 4 there again. I'd say Madams. Madams was doing a pretty good job before. They've got 2 locks side by side. So they're trying to see what's going on. Got Hudson at the front there. He's a bit big to lift there, Hudson, but he's got 2 big popos being able to lift him there. So possibly trying to deceive here. They're going to try and do something different, but I bet you they'll do the same. It'll be just straight in, drive. As somebody stole the ball on the other side. Nobody wants to bring it back. As they're looking for a ball. Have they got one? Nobody knows what's going on. Just a little bit of a delay in proceedings. As the line-out forms now as the hooking captain Tutoha looks to feed his line out. I'm sure, yeah, they're going to the back, like I said, and it's going to be another drive. Didn't look like the best of throws. Then they set it up there nicely. He's got all the forwards in there. They're all driving through. Oh, unopposed now. There's nobody there. There's a flying wedge ref. No, there was nobody there. They just fell away to the sides. Penalty try. The referee's giving a penalty try. Not quite sure what that was for. Pulling it down. It didn't look like it looked like it fell down by itself. There was no opposition. They just faded it, wilted away. The East Coast there. Pretty disappointing defensive effort there. Like I said, they're going for those drives. They're only going to set up and drive. They haven't really done any OTs. So they need to sharpen up on that and get going. Really need to put some pressure on their back drive there. Everyone caught napping a little bit there, East Coast. Probably should have gone inside the sheds and got out of the heat. Wanganui, they were inside, the other side of the heat. Came out fresh. East Coast a little bit sunstroke. As they look to kick off again. I've even lost score now, so must be 35-20, so 35-10. So really need to dig deep, East Coast. Needs a good kick, good chase. Let's get everybody in there. Wanganui, Middleton, having a pretty good game so far. Middleton, scrappy player there, gets a few meters up. Passes us back to Rogers. Rogers Holden does a big kick downfield. Jaden Milner charging back. It's going to go too big though. Yes, too big. So they'll get a scrum way back. So that's a good good result for them. Massive kick, so it brings them right back inside the Wanganui half. And that'll be a scrum down as Ross looks to try and make the mark. As the referee's in the game now, he's carrying the ball. He wants somebody to tackle him. So good, unfortunate for Wanganui, but fortunate for East Coast. That ball went way too big, and it's given them a good opportunity to sort of get back into the game as Peter Bishop comes on after only a few minutes. I'm not sure who he's come on for. He's come on for somebody. Let's just stay with 16 players. As well, Ricky Kernan looked like, I know he's going for side for some juice. Ricky Kernan juicing up. Getting the electrolytes inside the lanky frame. Old Stegosaurus, Ricky Kernan. As Zach Hortometer stands right in my way so I can't see anything. Thanks, Zach. Thanks. There's a scrum down just outside the 22. Sam Park's feeding the East Coast scrum. So got a big blind side there. Good shunt from Wanganui. Very good shunt from Wanganui. And they're given a penalty. Not quite sure what the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're going backwards, you're not going to turn it on like that, ref. But anyway, they were just getting pushed. That was just a good push from Wanganui, giving them a penalty. Nothing really East Coast could do about that one. So really put the weight in there. They saw the new freshmen coming on and they thought, this is our chance. Let's give it to them in the front, in the forwards. As they boot it downtown, just inside the East Coast half now, and there's looking. Somebody's gone off over here. No, short line out. Short line. That's going to be OT feeding out to again Middleton and Hudson out there. And Gilbert, is it? Gilbert over there too. So the Lucy's standing there ready to take the ball. I know Gilbert's in the line out. That's the other Cottrell, Woodamoo Cottrell. 3 runners there standing there looking ready to go. It's a bit of confusion what's going on. Nobody's sure what's going on. Oh no. Oh, it's Pierre Emmanuel I can see over there. He's getting some attention to his fingers maybe. Or eye. Or part of his body. He's getting attention to a part of his body. We can't quite see which part. And you can't do anything about front rowers. Can't play the game without a front row as he looks like he might be going off. He's done something. Oh, he's holding his face now. That's got a bit of a scratch to the eye as they're going to carry on anyway. Peter Bishop back on for Pierre Emmanuel, just for a blood bin must be, just while he's getting his taping strapped on. And at the back, nice ball one there from Madams. Did well as, Torfar, he's becoming my favourite player. Torfar playing halfback now. The biggest halfback you'll ever see. And goes in there now to be a good support there. Tofai, and he lunges forward. Hard man to stop, low centre of gravity, that guy. As Jaden Milner threw on the defence quite quickly. That was better defence as he managed to but he's hurt himself, Milner. He's gone down in a heap as Rogers Holden has the ball now, sets it up for his players. They look to go out to Gilbert. Gilbert shunts off Richardson, and they driving through. They're making yards every time as Milner writhes in agony in the middle of the field. As Kuriobaki, he brushes off him, one man, two man, the third man, and then he loses the ball. And he doesn't like that. And so Kuriobaki having a good game, Kuriobaki, but just lost that one cold. East Coast got a little bit of a hand on it, I suspect, and he was unable to sort of remain in his clutches as Jaden Milner is still in agony in the centre field there, getting some spray, the magic spray, to bring his shoulder back to life. But he did well. He charged up, really put the pressure on, but he was by himself. But he did well to halt the attack. But Wanganui still made a good 10 metres or so after that, and now we have a scrum, East Coast ball outside the 22, so they really need to muster up a bigger scrum. The last scrum was they got annihilated pretty much, so really that's where you got to dig deep. Come on, brothers, dig it deep, scrum down. Let's use our technique, or just use those big kegs we got. Don't let them move. Dig it in, clear the mud from your boots. As again, the live stream is brought to you here today from proudly sponsored by Ngāti Pro Seafoods. All your apparel needs of the mighty Ngāti Pro East Coast, npec.co.nz, as Sam Parks looks to feed East Coast scrum. And Wanganui, good scrum again. It's popped out the back there, and Fabian Kahaki looks to jink. He's got a big head of hair there, Fabian, today. Can see it bobbing around over the far side there, and he's lost there. Referee's given a penalty though. Somebody's hands in there, off their feet. I think ref was saying diving down. That's right, off your feet, straight into the collision area. Stole the ball, but couldn't stay on his feet. So East Coast awarded a penalty here as Sam Parks kicks it downfield. Not a bad nudge there, Sam Parks. As Matt Richards over there, far side there, calls the line out just inside the Wanganui half. East Coast line out. What are they going to do? They're going to bring everybody in. Full line out, looks like again from the East Coast. Like I said, they've been having a very good line out so far, the East Coast. Won pretty much all their ball. Won a few of the balls off Wanganui as well. Wanganui probably look to try and right that wrong. See if they can get, and they do. As soon as I open my mouth, they win one. So a little bit of confusion there. We're going to have that line out again. Make sure you get this one this time. They're looking, Adam Ross. Oh, that looked like an early jump there to my mind, but the referee's played on. Hairewa into Taina Portai. Makes a nice little strong run into the centres there to take on some of the forward heat. Again out to Perrin Manuel, who's sporting a nice new nose bandage. It's got a bit of a scratch to the nose. Ross out, a nice pass there, Ross. Nice miss pass again to Hairewa. Combining well, Hairewa and Ross. Inside ball again. Now that's a bit better from the East Coast. Just need to keep that roll on. Hairewa out to the forwards again. That's what we're talking about. Bring the forwards in from the East Coast. They can do anything, our East Coast forwards. That's a typical front row from the East Coast there. And that's not just because I was a front row for the East Coast. That's just because front rowers are mean. And anyway, Sam Parks does another little box kick in behind. It's gone a bit too big, as that'll be an easy mark and take easy there from Cameron Crowley. As kicks it downfield, Bartlett takes it on inside the halfway. Hairewa out to Milner. He's got some players with him. Milner looks for the gap. No runners off his shoulder. It was a nice little play there from Jaden Milner. If he had the runner there, he's getting crumpled now. Jaden Milner. He's only a little fella. Don't mix it with those big boys there. As Peter Bishop gets the ball with not much to do other than to go to ground. Defence was right up on him quick. Perrin Manuel pops it out to Epeli Lotawa. Is that Lotawa? Can't quite see. There's a lot of players in the way at the moment, so it's hard to see. The East Coast had the ball anyway. Sam Parks looking ready to set Winter Ricky alight. Ricky, he gets it. Takes about 3 players with him, so just to get them out of the way. Miss pass out to Bartlett, out to Taina Portai. He looks to have a sidestep, and there's a bit. Got a good support game backwards at the moment, the East Coast, so need to find some forward momentum. It's Peter Bishop, a bit better there. He manages to make a yard or 2 there. Pele Lotawa, he junks from the pick and go. Jaden Milner, out the back pass, Richardson. Wiry fiery red head there, Richardson. He brushes off a couple of tacklers. Hideaway looking to kick downfield. It's not a bad kick actually. It'll release a lot of pressure, all right, as Rogers Holden, it doesn't go out, so Rogers Holden has to kick it back, and he does pretty well with that kick as Ross throws it in early. So carrying on, they want to come to play East Coast, so they just need some numbers. Bartlett, Lotawa outside him. Lotawa looks, has he got some pace there? No, he gets scragged there. Just brought down there, Lotawa. They managed to hold him, and Bartlett pick and go. It's a little bit messy, but he's managed to secure it anyway. Parks and out to Bishop, and the tackler right on him early. Can telegraph that play there easily. East Coast, just maybe spread it a bit wider, or pick and goes from the base as Middleton. He's everywhere, Middleton. Oh, now we're going to have a bit of a scrap in the middle, with Middleton in the middle. But no, they just want to hold hands and shake. They're both ginger ninjas, so they respect. They've got to respect my fellow ginger ninja. East Coast was a little bit messy there. I think East Coast got the ball, have they? East Coast ball. Not quite sure what happened there. I was too busy worrying about the ninjas. The ninjaing up. The ginger ninjas. I haven't got any money, boys. Anyway, so score 35-10. Good 10 minutes into the second half now. So it's been a little bit scrappy, a little bit messy. But we've got a good, well-deserved break there. Everybody's sucking the big fat kumara at the moment. Getting down the bottles of water. Getting ready to reset. Giving everyone a break here. There's, whose scrum is it? Can I see Sam Parks have the ball? Or was it Wanganui? Wanganui man has got the ball. I know Sam Parks got the ball under his armpit there. As they set pretty much 15 metres inside the East Coast half. So hopefully they settle things down and get some momentum going forward. I think they need to start doing some pick and goes rather than the one-off runners. One-off runners are getting red too easily. They need some pick and goes. Pick and brawl. There's a bit more even scrum there. East Coast really need to dig deep to sort of get their scrums right. Got Peter Bishop on there now. It looks like he's replaced who was on there before. Can't even remember. Oh, Noobly. The Noobs. The Noobly, the poet who didn't know it. Noobley is off. He's going to write us another poem about fence posts. Riveting stuff. There's a nice solid scrum there. That's a better scrum from the East Coast. Holding the weight there nicely. Verdon Butler took that from the back of the scrum. That was an interesting play. Where did he come from? As Milner was met strongly and forced a penalty. Hudson over there, number 8 for Wanganui, was over there quickly and was able, looked like from my angle he was a big part of that turnover and penalty there, Hudson. So, and they get a penalty. I would say they'll be going for touch. I'd say they'll go for another line-out drive. I'd say East Coast better get ready for the line-out drive. You know that's coming. Just whether they're going to do change tech and go to a front drive or a back drive or just drive. PJ Sydney, the legend. BJ Sydney comes onto the field, replaces, not sure who's replacing, Taina Portai. Coming on Taina Portai. So, line out now deep inside the East Coast half. To Toha to throw in. Ooh, messy ball. Middleton cleans it up, and he goes straight through the middle. Ooh, no. Out to Hudson, the big man, number 8. Ooh, he came down, being pulled down shorts. Oh, very messy there. There's knock on both ways there. It's going to be knock on Wanganui first, so East Coast ball. So very lucky, very fortunate. A bit better defence this time from the East Coast. Had to mongrel up a bit more there. And they've won a bit of a scrum. Line out was a little bit messy. Middleton was able to clean that up. Luckily for Wanganui to continue the drive, and luckily for East Coast, they knocked it on. And now we have a scrum, so still need to focus on the scrum. Don't want to get pushed off your ball on the 5-metre line. They're probably like 3 metres out more. Good scrum here. Looks like they're going to look like to put some pressure on the East Coast scrum there. Good scrum there from the East Coast, managing to hold them. It's popping up. It's going up. But here they clear it nicely. Is that Milner or Haidewa kicks it downfield? So good kick downfield. Take them 10 metres. Matt Richards looks like he's struggling on the sideline over there. Needs to do a few stretches, old Matty. Go for a few runs. Don't put so many doughboys in the boil up, bro. Line out now, Wanganui ball 22. They're going for the back play again, and they'll be good one from East Coast there. Winter Ricky cleans that one up. So there was good jump from the East Coast jumpers. I wasn't quite sure which one it was. So they're definitely winning the line out to East Coast. There's Bartlett jinks inside. Ooh, Hudson grabs him well. He's got some good support there from his teammates there, Bartlett. Ricky Kernahan now gets the ball one-offs. Don't think they need to change the tactic of these one-offs. Maybe get some two-offs. Oh, there's a good run now. See forwards. As soon as you bring the forwards in, something happens. Piran Manuel throws it aside to Richardson. Oh no, just put a foot on touch. Unlucky there. Looking good when they have the backs out, forwards out on the backs. Not sure that's supposed to be what happens, but the forwards are doing it. So good hand skills shown there from East Coast forwards. Able to pass it well and with accuracy. But Wanganui have the line out now. Okay, another messy line out for Wanganui as East Coast, where's the urgency? East Coast charge through. Oh no, the ref's called some sort of a knock-on or advantage there played as he box kicks him behind. And there's a good chase from the winger there. Oh, good try. That was a good try actually. It juggled that and looked like a try to my mind. So that was a try. I'd say that was a try that looked pretty good from over here, but we're a long way away. It was a brilliant chase from number 22, Shandon Scott. He showed a bit of good turn of pace. Oh, no. Touchy over that side, wasn't quite up to speed, didn't see it. Looked like a try for mile making. He looked like he juggled it, but regathered it, and then just fell over the line, but he may have just sort of had a whisker on the line, so making him out. So unlucky for Shandon Scott. Some good pace there. We've got a number 21 on this side as well. Ethan Robertson is on. He might be on for the 50 gamer, Cameron. As it doesn't find touch. There we go. Rogers Hudson goes up the middle now as BJ Sydney meets him, drags him to ground. They got numbers everywhere. Clear out to Hudson. Good tackle there from Haidewa, brings them to ground. They got some new big popos on as well. As Claire chips it through in the gap. Richardson's getting back to, and the ball goes out, so it'll be a line out, East Coast ball on the 22. So got some fresh legs on Wanganui now. Some good tactical changes, as I can see another 2 men coming on for Wanganui, and 1 more for East Coast. Is that Huani Timoana coming on there, number 18. As the captain for Wanganui goes off, and the number 8, both having good strong games there. But another loss there. What was it? No, East Coast have won that line out again. Luckily, so they won that. As Sam Parks looks to kick it midfield. Not sure that's a good kick there. Straight into the arms of Rogers Holden, who gives it out to his winger Tom Symes. He floats the ball out to this number 22 Shannon Scott. So there's a penalty. Offside, I think. Creeping offside line there somewhere. I think somebody was offside. Or a late hit maybe. Someone's grabbing their puku and looks in a bit of pain. Maybe taken out a little bit late. I'm sure the replay will show you that. Again, here we go. Just making heaps of yards. A good kicking game there. Good penalties, I guess. Well, not good, but just penalties. Being able to eat away the yards, eat away the meters, get right into the position of scoring opportunities. Now they're 5 meters out, I'd say. 5 meters out from the East Coast try line. Ready to thrust themselves at the line. 35-10, Wanganui leading. And a pretty good effort there. They're going midfield. Oh, it's an off the top ball now, out to Clare. He's got plenty of runners, but tackled well there from Haide, what was it? Oh, Fabian Kahaki. They've got numbers everywhere. It's the big lanky number 5 there. Jack Hodges gets into the battle. As number 19 now, new player on. He brushes off a player and looks like he goes over. Number 19, Campbell Hart. Looked like he just sort of fresh legs was able to brush off the tackler and go over in the next tackle. There's all handshakes and back pats and butt slaps all around. So it looks like a new team on the field for Wanganui. I think they must have cleared their bench. I think that's all of their bench on. Can I see number 20, Lindsay Horrocks? Can't see. Oh yeah, Gabriel Hakaraya is on there. And Jack Yarrow, number 16, must be the new hooker as well. So they cleared their bench, I think, Wanganui. And why wouldn't you? 35-10, you might as well get everybody on, get some decent game time, instead of giving these two-minute stints. So they've got a good couple of games coming up, so I want to make sure that everybody's had some decent game time over the next couple of weeks at least, Wanganui. Give them full preparation for the top of the table clashes. Is this little nuggety hooker in front of me? Is it Jack Yarrow? He's got a fine set of ears on him as well. Some radar detectors there. As he looks this way, he looks like he's trying to give me the evils. Maybe he can hear me. He's trying to stare me down. As they go for the other side now. The East Coast going to kick to the right side, making the Wanganui forwards move over. Okay, so that's taking the score to 42-10 now. So there was I was reading somewhere high score. 71, I think the Wanganui's high score they ever got against East Coast. So if we can stop that, that'll be great. East Coast high score was 31 points on Wanganui. I think that was back in 2001 when we had the NPC championship, which was a great championship too, I must say. As Jaden Milner goes back to get that kick, not the best of kicks, has he got some support with him though. He's got some runners there. There's a Jink inside, Jink's right left, and gets tackled down well. There's Wanganui right on top of him, so really need to bust the gutters. You can see the East Coast are tiring. There's a couple of players getting back into the onside position there. Bartlett is looking to attack. 21 there. Robinson feeds it out to Kuriyabaki. There's that Symes out to Hakaraya. Nice interplay there. Hakaraya, good tackle there on the big fella Campbell Hart. So it's a good tackle from Hoani Temuana as Yarrow gets caught with the ball. And now you managed to brush off the tackle and make a few extra yards. And another short ball there to, beautiful miracle ball down the back pass there from Cottrell. That was a great little pass there from the front row. See what I mean? Front row is a gunny, they can do anything. As 21 there, looks it does a chip and chase. Ethan Robinson, Kahaki back to clean that up, but he has no support there as they rip it off him with ease, like taking candy from a baby. That particular moment there, Fabian gave that up pretty easily, but he's not sure what that sign is. Not releasing. I think not releasing the tackle players. Ricky Kernahan's got a bit of a calf strain, looks like, on those big lanky long legs. He's got a bit of cramp. He's cramping up. We need him in the line out. Number one jumper there, Ricky Kernahan. Looks to get his head gears. Get back in there, get that cramp sorted out there, Ricky. As he gets some magic juice on his tongue. There's a bit of spray. Or was that a bit of mouthwash? He's just going to stand out over here, I think. He's got a bit of a limp. Gets a bit injured often there, Ricky Kernahan. Throws himself into it 1,000,000 miles an hour. Throws his body everywhere with reckless abandon. There's a line out now. East Coast ball. Done pretty good. I think they've only lost. No, they didn't even lose that one ball because they reset that line out. So again, 100% winning the line outs. East Coast winning the line outs at the moment. Here we go. Line out. East Coast ball, Ross up, nice ball off the top as Middleton chases. Haidua, nice ball, good work play there from East Coast as Epele Lotawa. He bunts, pushes and shoves. Nice work from Lotawa because he got some support there. Jaden Milner pick and go from the base there as they just held up. No release there from the Wanganui players. This is not the old days rugby where you can hold them up. You've got to let them go nowadays. As they spread it out. Ross looking for the miss pass again into Bartlett, who jinxes his way through one play or two. Middleton has had Hakaraya takes him in the middle of the field as Peter Bishop now got the ball and he makes no yards and just goes straight to ground, and it looks messy there. Somebody get their ball back as Ricky now show and go. He takes it up the middle, makes a couple of yards, gets a little bit of momentum going forward out to BJ Sydney. He's looking, nice run there for Apele Lotawa. Apele Lotawa has had too many Wanganui defenders in front of him, I'd say. But good inside ball there from BJ Sydney, who's getting himself involved again. And he makes another couple of metres, BJ Sydney, and does another pass out to Winter Ricky. Don't lose the ball now, boys. Oh, and it looks like Wanganui, he's lying on the ball, ref. Lying on the ball. Ooh, a little bit hard done by. Good work from the Wanganui man, but he probably deserved a penalty in my thoughts. There, Robinson, isn't it? Campbell Hart. He did pretty good, but didn't feel like he released that. The referee's gone with giving it to Wanganui anyway. Maybe he just felt like the East Coast man lost that forward and Hart capitalised on that. So a bit better from East Coast. In phases there, having some nice little surges. So definitely heaps of fresh legs on for Wanganui. I wonder if East Coast has cleared their bench. I'm not sure they're going to. Not sure they're going to clear the bench with the likes of Lorne Goldsmith on there. Top man, Lorne Goldsmith. But brought in at the last minute. Oh, Sam Parks makes a nuisance of himself on top of the number 6 there, Gilbert. But they're finding runners everywhere. Rogers Holden, I should say. He makes a couple of yards. So penalty to East Coast. Yes, about time. Tap and go. As BJ Sydney taps and goes, and he's going to do a chip over the top. Not what's he thinking? Oh, another penalty. That's what he's thinking. Oh no, he's thinking I'll get a penalty against us. Not sure why that is. Holding, pulling someone out, being too good looking. I think BJ. That's what you got a penalty for. For the flash haircut. So he tried a bit of a tap and go and a bit of a chip over the top to no avail. He's out there trying something anyway, ABJ. As they kick a massive kick down the field. Sends them, 15 metres inside the East Coast half now. It's quite daunting when you have a decent kicker in for the opposition when you're going backwards from a massive boot. Wanganui, I'd say they go for their front ball now, front ball. Oh, is it lost? And it is lost from Wanganui, so we've won the lineouts. We've won the lineouts, East Coast. Haidewa showing his Zinzan Brook impression of being a kicker. Not a bad kick, didn't quite find touches. Rogers Holden feeds it out to Tom Symes. He's got to run it outside him. Ooh, and he brushes off Pele Lutawa. And Vernon Bartlett, oh, he grabbed the dreaded dread grab. The old grab the dreads trick. Just reflex action there as Milner gets driven back, and they're not even back 10. Tap and go there, tap and go, tap and go. Back into... anyway. Just reflex action there. Grab the dread. But anyway, as Hideaway looks to clear, send it downtown, get a few extra meters, get his line out set. Oh, there's someone got the hammer over there, getting a bit of taped up. Doesn't look too good over there, Buchanan Maxwell. He's well truly bandaged up, that guy. He's I think he's gone. They got the ambulance over there for him. As can't see who's come on for him. Nobody's come on for him. Maybe he was off before. Anyway, East Coast line out. Right beside me, Winter Ricky throwing in. Ross there, they're going for the back throw. Ooh, and it's an overthrow. That's the first loss of the game for the East Coast line out. As who's that? They're making a very good meters there, ran about a good 10 meters there. Not sure who that was. As the new halfback as well on board, Lindsay Horrocks. Centre runners running. They've got plenty of runners there. Gilbert, he has a show and go as well. Horrocks, oh, they look like nothing there. Just lazy running, lazy getting back there from Ricky Kernahan. He was sort of stuck at the bottom. Just played the old, I didn't know, ref. Just getting tired, fatigue setting in. 42-10. As they kick down again inside the 22. East Coast, we just need another good surge there, East Coast. Get in amongst it. Make them work for it. They're doing pretty good holding them at 42-10, I must say, I think. Could be they could have left them maybe a try or two go begging, East Coast. So let's just say it's 42-14. There's a line out, 22. Good jump there from Hart, secures the ball to clear. Got a whole new centre pairing there, Kuriobaki. Oh, he makes it quite a good run. Nobody can quite grab him and bring him down. There's a pass out to Hart. Hart heavily involved. He's looking for a second try, is he? Campbell Hart. And runners everywhere. Middleton. The Ginger Ninja on the Ginger Ninja again.
Stefano, try to Gus Middleton.
Middleton.
What a ripper of a game. Gus.
All right, Gus. He must be Samoan or something. Hey, Gus.
He pulled you off too early, I reckon, number 4.
There was a good try there, just a lot of urgency, a lot of hungry fellas there wanting to score tries. The reserves have all come on and made a decent impact. They're all getting heavily involved. East Coast are a bit depleted in numbers. Even their reserves haven't quite come on and made the impact yet as they possibly could have. As I can see a new replacement on there, Jesse Rye making his debut, is it? Debut for the East Coast. Good Uwawa man there, Jesse Rye. He's a big unit too for centre there, Jesse Rye. He's just come onto the field. I'm not sure who he's gone on for. As I can see Vernon Bartlett and Sam Parks have both gone off on the sideline. So I think Fabian Kahaki will probably go into halfback.
Reached the goal scored.
We'll see what happens when they reset.
About maybe 10 minutes to
10 minutes to go, according to Pudi Hauti. That reminds me, we're sponsored by Ngāti Peru Seafoods, so you've got to get in there before Pudi Hauti, otherwise there'll be nothing left. Great providers of kai moana, Ngāti Peru Seafoods, sponsors of many things up and down the coast. Staunch Ngāti Peru supporters. Proud Ngāti Peru people. As they kick off again, restart, 49-10. As Hart again getting heavily involved, playing with Hart, old Hart, as he goes to ground and gets back up again. Nobody wants to drag him down. He finally goes down to the ground. Got plenty of runners there. Who's this Kuriobaki out to Rogers. He does a show and go, Capelli, and he looks like he was nearly out. Oh, he's out now. So he was out now. As they look to throw it in quickly. So nice little moves there. Kuriobaki having a pretty good game there. He's always showing the ball. Don't know whether he's going to pass it or pop it, so you just need to take him out. And the fullbacks is obviously played with Kuriobaki. He's right on the shoulder every time, old Tyler Rogers Holden. As they lose the line out, East Coast there. And dropsies again there from Ethan Robinson, but they managed to carry on all right. And this is 22, Shandon. Shandon with a pretty ugly and ordinary kick there, Shandon. You should be ashamed of yourself. Nah. That's just a pretty average kick there from Shandon. But mind you, if he had probably stayed in play, he might have been able to get it. He's got some pace there, old Shandon. You're obviously not in the team for your kicking anyway. There's East Coast now. What are we going? Line out. Wanganui ball. No, East Coast ball, sorry. Winter. The Ricky. They're still looking for the ball. Here we go. I know we've got a new halfback on. Who's our halfback over there? Oh, CJ Campbell. CJ Campbell sporting some flash headwear. Strapping on his head. Halfback, he must be getting hard in there from the warm out. Oh, but high there from Middleton. That's 21. David Manuel gets tackled high. So they look kick downfield, get another line out option going, see if we can win this ball. Come on, East Coast. It's now or never. 10 minutes to go. You can do it. Finish off, this is our last home game. Last home game in front of a home crowd here in Uwawa. As they look to go back to the back throw. Ooh, a bit crooked, but the referee said play on. As a Hideaway looks to pass it to Sydney. Meets a couple of shoulders there. Richardson manages to grab it there nicely. As Milner's come into play quite a bit lately. He picked up a bit of energy levels in the second half there, Milner, as it pops out for CJ Fox there. Kernahan with a beautiful round the back pass, but overran it there, the runner beside him coming off his shoulder. As they're looking for Hideaway, hasn't got many runners outside him. They're very flat and good defense there. A very good line speed. Was that Cottrell? Oh no, it's the new man Yarrell, the hooker Yarrell. The Yarrell the barrel. Peter Bishop, he gives a bit of a push in the face to Kuriobaki. Get Becky Yobaki. As they runners outside. Oh, very good line defense. They're really coming up fast, the Wanganui defense line. Really putting heaps of pressure on Ngāti Porou East Coast. Richardson sort of takes it upon himself to muscle up a centimetre or two. CJ Fox now kicks it downfield. Relieve the pressure again. Great line speed from Wanganui. They're really just putting the heat on anybody once their ball's getting passed out. So I'm saying, never mind one-off runners, or I think you're going to have to start taking it up the guts. These guys, and they do a quick line out as Yarrell the barrel up the guts. Hakaraya, back inside to Yarrell the barrel. Oh, Yarrell barrel. What a great play there from Yarrell the barrel and Hakaraya. Gabriel Hakaraya, so good play there. Started from Yarrell the barrel, passing into Hakaraya, passed it back to Yarrell. back to Hakara, back to barrel, back to Hakara, back to barrel, and try time. That's what I'm talking about. Front rowers can do anything. There you go. There's another piece of evidence there, whānau. Front rowers are unstoppable machines, talented individuals. They could play anywhere, these front rowers. So that's a very good try there. Two-man try there is Hakaraia. He's a big unit too, old Hakaraia. They couldn't quite hold on to him. He probably could have gone over himself. But as he is a front rower, he's very unselfish and gave it off to his other front row partner. That's the legend of front rowers there. That's, see, like the East Coast front row. Every time they get involved in the back line, it's just something starts happening. And here we go as the Claire looks to nail it from the sideline. It's a big kick here. See how it goes. That's going to put it out. Oh, I like that scoreboard. At the moment, it's 34-10 according to the scoreboard. We'll just take that score. And excellent kick there. And the refs called it off. We'll go with the scoreboard. It says 34-10. We went backwards a little bit there. 56, I'd say 56-10 in our last game. Home ground, Uwawa versus Wanganui. I'd like to thank you for coming and joining us on our live stream, again sponsored by Ngāti Porou Seafoods, with all your apparel needs at Ngāti Porou East Coast mpec.co.nz. So thanks again for joining us today. Magnificent effort there from the coast. Unfortunate not to be able to get a try or two more. Holding out Wanganui, 56-10. Again, thanks again for coming, and we'll see you next year. One more game, I think, for East Coast, but we'll be back next year, live. Maybe in the Uwawa Domain, maybe in Whakarua Park, but we'll be live somewhere. Too much whānau, ka kite, and see you again.